Hey, what's going on? It's tuned in another edition of the main event, Talkin Hands. So I'm your host, Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're to break down this weekend's huge main event action as we have the return of pretty much boxing's megastar, Canelo Alvarez. He's going to take on Edgar Berlanga. Before we get into that fight, love to recap the fights that were, and there was really only one fight, slightly touched upon it. Not much to say because it was a quick one. Jose Zepeda knocks out I can't remember his name.
Radcast.
Yeah.
How to pronounce it?
Round 2 knockout. Quick. Drops him once in round 1. Drops him twice in round 2. Gets him out of there. Danny, I think this is the end of Ivan. What do you think?
I mean, bro, like, there's not much to say. It was like you said, there was a fight to recap. Was it even a fight?
Yeah.
I mean, he murdered him in 2 rounds or whatever. That was a big boost for him, getting knocked out in his last fight with Smith. But I don't know what he does. I mean, he's just gonna be like take fights here and there. Cepeda, he's still done to me. But Rakic was just way more done.
I agree. I was shocked at how bad that how bad he looked. I guess 2 rounds, he's out of there. Shout out the chat real quick. Shout out Winner Circle. Winner Circle back in class. Welder, we talked about it last week. He was here. He's back. Shout out my guys. Be in class tonight. I'll check the show when I'm out of here. Thank you, Winner Circle. Welding, lucrative deal. So congrats to you, Winner Circle. Shout out Swig. What's going on, Swig? And Moneyline Mills says lots of cash. Moneyline Mills, that is the plan. We're not going to waste your guys' time. We're going to get right into it. Big fight this week, obviously. Canelo Alvarez coming back, defend his title against Edgar Berlanga. Current odds at our favorite book, mybookie.ag. Maybe they'll surprise some people. I don't think they'll surprise us too much. Have Canelo Alvarez as the massive favorite, minus 1,800. Come back on Berlanga, plus 800. Round props over under 8.5. About even money. Canelo by KO right around the minus 300 mark. You feel like Canelo by decision, which is really how he has been winning, plus 300. Berlanga decision, crazy price, plus 1,800. Berlanga KO, even crazier price, plus 2,000. Danny, thoughts on this fight? Do you give Edgar Berlanga a chance? My only worry before I'll let you go, Canelo has been talking a lot. He has been talking a lot.
I mean, he's been talking because he's responding to Berlanga's trash talking. He's been nonstop talking.
Yeah.
Which I get. I mean, but at the same time, it's not fake, in my opinion. Because Berlanga, he's from New York, Brooklyn. I'm from Philly.
Yeah.
We like talking shit. I mean, it is what it is. But that's how Berlanga is. So that's not fake or just trying to. So that's good for, like, setting the fight. Just be yourself, that's him just talking shit. And Canelo is actually, like, getting triggered by it, though. That's what got me a little bit, like...
Yes.
And he's not really saying anything all like that, in my opinion, Berlanga, to, like, piss him off. But it is what it is. If you guys caught us in Berlanga's last fight, I can't pronounce his first name. His first name is even worse. But McCrory. Berlanga fought McCrory, this Irishman that came over here. I think it was in Orlando, Florida. And one little nugget I found out digging into like Instagram and just Googling shit, like looking up stuff. He switched his trainer, not his trainer, his conditioning coach. Berlanga did, and here come to find out it was a guy that got popped for the Olympics years ago because his dad and his families are like pharmacists and doctors and stuff in Mexico, so he could get the good stuff. So he was giving these Olympians like steroids, top notch, top of the steroid, whatever tier. And they were all winning, obviously, till he got popped and he moved on to boxing. We know Pacquiao getting knocked out by Marquez. He was part of that. If people remember, Marquez was looking a little different at the weigh-ins, that one time.
He was.
Because he joined this guy. I forget his name on top of my head, but he joined this guy, conditioning coach. Gave him the good stuff, got the power. He's got a couple people, on his, but once I found that out, if you remember, bro, we both were on the KO, and that was like plus 250. I'm like, this is a gift. Because we both studied a little bit on McCrory, and I'm like, this guy's not that good. Like, you give me steroids against an opponent that's not that good, plus 250. I mean, that's easy money. He's gonna need some stories here. Like, we know Berlanga, big KO artist, round one. I forget how many in a row he broke the record.
At the beginning,
but later on, we started seeing some holes in his game and things like that after he's passed round one.
Yeah,
we've seen them dropped multiple times. I've seen him dropped in sparring, bro, with guys that are like under his weight class. I think twice that I've seen tape on that. And he's got power for sure. He's a big dude though. Like, if you see these guys match up face to face, Berlanga is a big dude. And with the steroids helping him out, in my opinion, I don't care what anybody says. I did my homework. I even showed Preston the before and after weigh-ins, the fight before McCrory, and then weigh-ins at McCrory fight. It was completely different body type. So he's definitely gonna need that here with the Canelo fight. I don't think it's just a bad style for Berlanga, in my opinion. Canelo, he fought Munguia. Munguia is a top, young boxer, up and comer. Tough as hell. He caught a nasty uppercut early. I think it was like round 4.
Yeah.
And Canelo almost got him out of there. We were both on the KO. We were disappointed, but he does have a soft. He's said this before. He's had a soft spot for his people, Mexicans, and he's been saying it here. He's saying, like, I'm not gonna have the same compassion for Berlanga. Obviously he's Puerto Rican, one of my people, but I mean, I don't care if you're Puerto Rican or not. If I'm betting, I'm betting. So I think, honestly, this should be a knockout for Canelo. I think the power, the counters, especially the right counter for me. I can see a right counter or liver shot for Canelo, taking him out of there. Berlanga is an inside fighter. He's not like, Caleb Plant, Charlo that could, fight on the back foot, jab, I'll box you. That is not his game. So he's going to get he's screwed, in my opinion, because if he's just an inside fighter against another inside fighter that could do other things, one of the greats, I mean, what's your plan B? You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to work for you. He doesn't have the footwork. I will say this, even though he has been knocked down, he's always gotten up and overcame it. But I just think there's levels here, bro. Going from McCrory to Canelo, like, hands down the biggest, like, step-up fight after your last fight, in my opinion, in a long time. I like 5 to 8. I took round 5 to 8 plus 200 for Canelo. If you want to be safe, I don't like being safe all the time. Plus 200, I gotta take that. The under is 8.5. So if you want to be safe, play just in case. Have both fighters and you get a little bit extra time. I think it's minus 120. But I like rounds 5 to 8 plus 200 for Canelo, get him out of there. Usually he does do it late, but it's just a big step up, bro. I don't think there's a plan B for Berlanga.
Yeah, I mean, no disagreement here. If you guys watched our show 2 weeks ago, we had the Pacheco fight, gave out Pacheco KO, Canelo KO, which now looks very good because now you're getting Canelo KO at like minus 130, which is really good. I do like the under 8.5 though. For the official play on this particular show, it'll give out the under 8.5. I actually think Canelo has him beat pretty much everywhere. Speed kills Canelo. One thing people discredit, I feel, always with Canelo is, he's so quick, and then once he catches you, you're so like off kilter, and then boom, you're dropped. And credit to Munguia, he got up from the knockdown. I don't think Berlanga will too much. Shout Mills in chat. Canelo's going to show why he's the best Mexican boxer since Julio Cesar Chavez. Definitely senior, not junior.
Don't bring that guy up.
Yeah.
They took my money, bro.
God, that was a horrible fight too when Canelo fought him.
Oh God, yeah, that was a bad
back
fight.
In the day. That was.
I think he had mercy for him too, being a legend.
He didn't even fight him.
Yeah, a legend's son and a fellow Mexican. He could have killed the dude. Honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Jesse Nunez here saying Canelo total knockdown scored over one.
I like that. I actually do like that. Cause like I said, I will give. I mean, I know it sounds funny, but I will give Berlanga some credit. Like every time he gets knocked down, he's getting back up. Like it's he does. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have that quit in him, but there's some guys out there. The first time they get knocked down, they throw their mouthpiece, whatever, they give up. It's over. Look for the door. But at plus money, I do like that actually. Usually, I stay away from those though.
Yeah, because then
you get the TKO against the ropes or the ref. You get the ref involved. That's what I hate. Like I don't want to involve anybody else.
Yeah, because they could even do like a standing 8 count.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So, but yeah, no, I don't mind that at all. Plus 140 for that because I do think the line is kind of dictating where this fight is going. I believe, like you said earlier, tremendous step up in competition for Berlanga. And Berlanga has called for this fight for a while. He needs more seasoning.
You want the payday?
Yeah, and he's going to get paid amount. So, and Canelo's due. Like he hasn't had a knockout in Christ, I don't know, 6 years,
a long time.
Years. Like it's been a while. So I think this is the perfect opponent for him to get it done. I think Canelo gets him out of there. I like the under 8.5. I co-signed Danny's 5 to 8. Makes all the sense in the world to me. Undercard thoughts. We're going to go relatively quickly because we do have a Dana White Contender Series stream. You guys got to tune into tonight. Well, undercard thoughts. We will go bottom up, like first fight up, I believe, is going to be Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero is fighting, what's his name? Like Manuel, is it James, I think?
James, yeah.
Yeah. Current odds have Rolly Romero minus 250, James plus 200. Danny, you think Rolly is going to get back in the game here and shock some people, surprise some people? Or you think James here is going to pull off the upset?
So that's the first fight in the main card. But real quick, I just want to give some credit to my boy. I don't want to say my boy, but I respect him. Cool boy Steph, he's back. He's the prelim main event. He fought. Yeah. He fought in a way. Got knocked out. I told everybody he was gonna get knocked out, but he's moved up to 126 and he's finding a decent opponent in Carlos Castro. So shout out to him for coming back. But definitely have a bet on him in this fight. Romero versus James. James, I actually do know. I had to refresh my memory. I'm like, damn, I remember him, but then I started looking up his fights. Right now, I think the line's around like plus 200 for him.
Yeah.
And Romero's like, minus 250 around there. We all know Romero. He's been knocked out by Tank. He should have been knocked out by Barroso, the old man. Yeah. They got robbed. That was one of the craziest robberies. He did, they stopped the fight way too early standing. Like, he wasn't even that hurt. Things like that. But we always say Romero's chin is always up in the air. Questionable chin. He's been hurt multiple times, dropped. Does have power. He's got that, raw power, not crazy technical or anything like that. But he's trying to work himself in, land his big hooks. He fought Pitbull. He had a little bit of success, but it was eventually, he was going to get caught by Pitbull, and it did happen later in that fight. James, man, I forget the first fight that I saw him. I think it was I want to say some undercard. I don't remember exactly, but he's a tough, gritty Mexican dude, honestly, and I'm really tempted because this is a step up fight too, though, in my opinion for him. Rolly does have power. He's been there with top fighters. James hasn't. This is good.
Yeah.
But pretty much his better opponent. I still got to dig in. I don't want to give you like a concrete pick. I'm still torn, but I'm really tempted on the underdog here. But I feel like it's a trap, though, at the same time. I think this fight goes the distance. I want to see that line. I don't see the props. Do you?
No, I'm actually pretty surprised you said that because I was gonna say no distance. I think someone's
really
out. Yeah.
See, I don't know, man, because James, from what I see, like it's kind of hard because he hasn't fought like anybody like big power, but he seems pretty durable. But at the same time, his power doesn't convince me to the point like Tank Davis, Pitbull Cruz. You know what I mean? So, and the style that he fights is this. He is a Mexican. He does like the brawl, but it's not like crazy overwhelming like Pitbull. So
I saw one fight it was just very brief. I felt like he was fighting an old man, and they were just like trading. And I'm like, what is this? Like kind of like what am I watching here? Almost to where what you just said with like the trap type thing, where I think they're trying to give Romero like the layup type thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, we have to see how they look in the ring Saturday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm leaning fight goes the distance or over. I don't have props, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Like if it was like plus 200, I'll be like, dude, I'm betting fight goes the distance plus 200.
Yeah, to me, I think it's gonna be juice, no distance, but yeah, nothing's out there.
I figure, yeah, me too, but we'll see. I'm leaning that, maybe a dog shot. We'll see.
Next fight up on the pay-per-view main card, Caleb Plant returns taking on Trevor McCumbee. This fight got rebooked for this card. This fight was going to happen early August. Caleb Plant, as we know, fought Canelo, gave a decent showing, fought Benavidez. I didn't think that was as good of a showing, and now gets a step down, obviously, in competition here. Do you think Caleb Plant's going to get a performance of the night, so to speak, type fight here, or McCumbee pulls off the upset? And Tone here with the wild take. Tone saying Berlanga is going to knock out Canelo in round 6.
Hey, funny thing, Tone. That's the round I bet. Let's get it. All my, Patreon guys already know that. But yeah, Plant. This is funny though. You thought about this. Plant and Berlanga's had this beef too. Like
I think they've been talking shit. Each other.
It was funny though because like they're arguing and then Berlanga goes, "If I don't get this fight with Canelo, then obviously I'll fight you." Which obviously he's gonna pick the Canelo fight over Plant. Like it's still a big fight, but who don't want that payday? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
shout out Nasty Nate in the chat saying Iron Mike wins.
Yeah. That's crazy, Tom, but I want to see that ticket. I want to see his no BS. He got Edgar round 6. I got round 6, but I ain't Edgar. But we'll see. But yeah, I think Plant. So this Trevor McCumbee guy, I think he was the underdog, if I'm not mistaken, his last fight. I'm trying to remember. Because I was looking at that fight. I stayed away. He's one of those type of guys that's kind of raw still. Like he has power. He's got a lot of knockouts. I think he's got like 19 knockouts or something like that. But not crazy technical. But a guy like that, you see a lot of improvements every fight because he's so raw. You know what I mean? But we know Caleb Plant. Dude's a great boxer, good movement, been with the best. You know, the thing with him, he's just got this bad, like, it's the same thing. Like, he gets tired after round 7, 8, and then either you could get him out of there or bank enough rounds just to beat him. Like Benavidez did. And, obviously Canelo got him. I think that was Canelo's last knockout, wasn't it?
Yeah, late. I think round 11.
Yeah, it was like round 11. Cashed on that.
Yeah.
But here, man, this is a step. We were talking about step ups. This is a step down, bro. Like, you're fighting Benavidez. You're fighting Canelo. McCumbee, like I said, he still has a lot to polish. But he does have that raw power. Like I said, he's got a lot of knockouts. But this is, I think if I'm not mistaken, he's only been like the 8th round, like once or something like that. So I think Plant's too gifted as a boxer, too, been in there with the best. I think he wins a decision.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I don't know what the price is or anything like that, like the props, but I might do, might bet heavy decision and then like sprinkle the last couple rounds just in case because this guy hasn't been in tough fights, late like this a lot. So big step up.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like Caleb Plant in this fight by decision quite a bit. Like I said, step down fight for Caleb Plant. Needs the fight. Just going to outbox him pretty clearly. Probably win most of the rounds for sure. Shalvan Polo in the chat, and then Tone is saying it's $15 to win $1,200 on Berlanga's.
I mean, yeah, I've spent $15 on way worse.
Yeah.
You feel me? So if it happens, bro, like, I mean, it's boxing. It's a fight. We've seen it in MMA. We've seen it in boxing. Like, once in a while, you get these crazy upsets. I personally don't think is this one, but
Yeah, the only thing I'll
you
say,
never know.
I feel like with like, well, maybe it's MMA too. It's almost like one punch early before they're settled
Yeah.
in, where they just get caught. Then it's like, oh shit, like oh my
It's
god.
just tough for me because I've never seen Canelo hurt. Like this dude's for me, he's one of the best chins in the game in a long time. Like in my opinion, like it's
Yeah,
you know
no,
what? Not even my opinion. It's a fact. Like
yeah, no, yeah.
I
To
don't know.
me, he's it's like death taxes and Canelo Alvarez,
That's
like
the
that.
thing. Like
Yeah,
durability is huge. You know what I mean? So even though Berlanga hasn't been stopped, I've seen him drop multiple times hurt. So by Steve Rose. Steve
yeah,
Rose got him.
yeah. I know that's horrible. That's really, really bad. Move on. Co-main event. This should be an exciting one. We have a return of Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia off, I believe, 2-year layoff. He's coming back.
Yeah.
They kind of airs Landy Lara. Current odds have Lara minus 250, Danny plus 200. Danny, do you think Danny pulls off the win here, or does Lara? Shockingly, Lara's been getting it done inside the distance. So, what are we thinking here? We think Lara keeps the KO streak going, or does win a decision, or obviously does Danny Garcia come back moving up in weight? This fight is at 160. Does Danny Garcia pull off the upset?
I love this fight, man. This is like, two guys I've been following forever. Laura's 41 and still getting it done. One of those Cubans. Is he 41?
I was gonna say he looks the best he has ever.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really look 41. He's one of those rare ones, like, not like Luis Ortiz. He
Yeah.
actually looks like maybe even 38, a little bit younger, actually. And Danny Garcia, he had that long layoff. But before his last fight, he had another long layoff. He was
Yes.
fighting his own mental health and things like that. He opened up about it. So shout out to him to get over that. And it was a decent performance. He fought Benavidez, his brother, which wasn't. I think he left a little bit on the table. You know what I mean? Like he could have really made it look easier. But I mean, he got the job done. Laura, man, he still has that power, really good Cuban style boxing. And I love this fight. And one thing I am really, really confident in, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. This is going the distance. It's minus 200, bro. Minus 200. Both of them never been knocked out. These guys we were just talking about durability. These guys have been durable as hell. And now Danny Garcia is going up a weight class where he doesn't have to cut weight. I've seen interviews already, him talking about it. He's like, oh my God, I feel great, amazing, because I don't got to cut. We're talking about a guy that used to fight at 147 and all these guys at Porter and Keith Thurman and all those guys down there. So I love fight goes the distance. I know it's minus 200. If you want to parlay that up, I have a two-legger. Not gonna give it out here because they're gonna, be pissed in the chat over there in the Patreon or whatever. But there's other props I'm gonna look at. I really like the distance in this one. Put it this way, I really think this fight is gonna be close. I'll leave it at that. It should be a good fight though. I love this fight.
Yeah, my only I don't want to say downside, but maybe more I guess worry is off the long layoff, see how he looks. Lara, like I said earlier, has looked career best, stopped a decent fighter last fight in round 2. Looked
round 2.
doing it. Before they would put a Lara fight on, and then the other Cuban I always bring up is that Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Yeah, Rigondeaux,
remember him? Yeah. Where you put on that fight, if you got to go to sleep, throw one of those fights on. You're going to be knocked out in 2 minutes. But yeah, Lara's looked good. Dan Garcia, like you said, never been knocked out. Love that. Love the fight goes. I'll probably side with Lara decision. Even that's plus money, plus 120. Dan Garcia can obviously win the fight as well. So no disagreement there for me on that one. We will move on real quickly. Boxing news, if we have any thoughts or opinions. The big thing that got announced, I want to say was this week, is the rematch, obviously, from Oshaki Foster. He's rematching Conceição. Foster got robbed in that fight. Going to have the rematch November 2nd in New York City. That was the only big piece of news I saw. Last week we touched on Turkey announcing that big 5-fight card with we had Zepeda versus Kambosos, Zerto
Yeah,
fighting.
He said 5 fights. I didn't see exactly where it was, but it's called Latin. He named it. I mean, the same thing, but it's like Latin Night or whatever. So I don't know who's on it. That's like, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the only obviously other piece of boxing news that I saw. Dan, do you have anything you want to touch on?
I think that was the only thing that I saw. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm happy he got involved. You know, Turkey Ali Sheik, and now we usually keep getting these big cards, or at least you know, he was saying that one's free for the whole world. You know,
oh really?
Paper, yeah,
wow.
That's one thing I did see. It was free globally.
Perfect.
So I don't know what channel or whatever, but
yeah, maybe ESPN Plus for the whole card.
I'll look into it, but that's what he tweeted out. So that's a good thing. So he's doing, you know, he's trying to get more. I mean, he's a fan too, so he's trying to make these big fights, get more boxing fans and things like that, and do things, you know, good for the sport. So I respect it totally. Like,
yeah,
you know,
and he's
all those other things we were criticizing about. It is what it is. You know, like going into the ring, getting this Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah, no, it's just funny. Yeah, it's just funny. Yeah. And then I did see he wants like all the pay-per-views to be like $20.
That's another thing. Yeah. Like the dude's not playing, bro. When you got money like him, I guess you could do all these things because like the thing that I'm really hoping for, which we're almost there, is like everybody under one roof.
Yeah,
which is almost there. So
yeah, then we can have fights every month, basically.
Every crazy fights.
Yeah.
So.
We'll go right into then best bet time, and then we'll get out of here for you guys. So you can tune into the Dana White Contender Series live stream going on right now. Danny, floor is yours. Best bet: Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga.
Like I said, Canelo, man. Berlanga's got to show me, bro. Yeah. Hey, but I'll tell you what. If somehow in God's green earth Berlanga wins this fight somehow, I'm gonna be repping the shit out of it. Like I'll be totally wrong. Like Puerto Ricans, baby, let's go, bro. It'll be one of the biggest upsets in like. It'll be something like, you know, Buster Douglas type shit. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
right?
the thing though, if the fight ever gets close or dicey, Canelo's just gonna jab the shit out of him.
Oh, he needs a knockout. That's the thing. I can't see it. Yeah. But at the same time, a lot of people said that about Buster Douglas and Hakeem Rockman. You know,
I go back to Roy Jones getting knocked out by
Roy Jones.
Harvard.
Like we've seen it. It's just I just don't see it here, bro. So Canelo around 5 to 8, plus 200, and if you want, I got round 6 plus 1,000. I think he gets it done. I ain't playing no games. You could take the under, but I'm going 5 to 8. And shout out to Tony. At least he's, you know, putting it out there that he's putting some money on.
Yeah.
But he did bet Canelo though, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you guys have a bet, anything different than us, so always drop it down in the comments down below. We read all your comments. If you like Berlanga, you gotta let us know. So then we'll give you credit next week when we recap the fight. With me, Canelo Berlanga under 8.5. I love Danny's bet as well, 5 to 8. We don't even talk before the show, and I was actually what I was likely going to give out, and then you beat me to the punch this week.
I mean, when we're on the same page, we still, you know.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, I love that. And then if you guys obviously watch the Pacheco fight, we have the Pacheco KO, Canelo KO. That was minus 130. You guys could join the We Be Pub and Gold membership, $9.99 a month. Gets you access to 2 horse races a week, $50 for first place. Please like the video. Comment down below your thoughts on these fights. Subscribe if you're new. We should get a lot of new viewers here. Canelo Fight Week. People love Canelo Fight Week. You know, you got everyone coming out for this one. So, yeah, love it. Then we have UFC Noche this weekend, huge UFC card.
Yeah, pay-per-view.
Football's back, college football, everything. Danny, let the people know what you got and everything before we head on out of here.
No, Danny Betts with 2 Z's on IG, TikTok, and Twitter X. And right now, I'm about to hop on with the guys for contender series. I got 1 bet so far, or 2, a bet and then a little prop. And yeah, every Saturday for the UFC fights, I'll be on here on PUBSPORTS Radio with the guys giving our live bets and things like that. So check us out.
Beautiful. Yeah, like I said, leave a like, drop a comment below with your thoughts. And we'll be back here next week. Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois is talking a lot. Anthony Joshua, he wants to make a statement. Going to recap that fight. And, of course, recap Canelo Alvarez's round 6 KO of Edgar Berlanga. See you guys next week. Peace.